The effects of climate change. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak today on one of the most pressing issues of our time, climate change. This topic not only defines our era, but will shape the future of generations to come. In these few minutes, I hope to outline what climate change is, its current and projected effects, and how we can work together to address this global crisis. Understanding climate change. Climate change refers to long-term shifts in temperatures and weather patterns, primarily caused by human activities, particularly the burning of fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas. These activities release greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and methane into the atmosphere, trapping heat and disrupting Earth's natural balance. While the Earth's climate has always varied naturally, the rapid changes we are experiencing now are unprecedented in both speed and scale. Since the Industrial Revolution, global temperatures have risen by approximately 1.1 degrees Celsius, and without significant intervention, we are on track to far exceed the 1.5 degrees Celsius limit recommended by scientists to avoid catastrophic consequences. Current effects of climate change. The impacts of climate change are no longer theoretical, they are visible and measurable today. Extreme weather events, heat waves, hurricanes, wildfires, and floods are becoming more frequent and intense. For example, in recent years, we've seen devastating floods in Pakistan, unprecedented wildfires in Canada and Australia, and record-breaking heat waves across Europe and Asia. These events disrupt lives, destroy property, and lead to loss of life. Rising sea levels. As polar ice caps and glaciers melt, sea levels are rising, threatening coastal communities around the globe. Low-lying nations like the Maldives face an existential crisis, while major cities like New York and Mumbai are investing billions in flood defenses. Impact on ecosystems and biodiversity. Many species are unable to adapt to rapid climate changes. Coral reefs, often called the rainforests of the sea, are dying due to warming oceans and acidification. Land species are migrating to new habitats, disrupting ecosystems and threatening biodiversity. Human health and livelihoods. Climate change is exacerbating health issues, including respiratory diseases from air pollution, heat-related illnesses, and the spread of vector-borne diseases like malaria. In agriculture, shifting weather patterns are reducing crop yields, threatening food security and livelihoods, particularly in developing nations. Future projections. If we continue on our current trajectory, the effects of climate change will worsen dramatically. Sea levels could rise by several meters, displacing millions of people. Extreme weather events could become a daily reality. Food and water scarcity could lead to global conflicts. The most vulnerable among us, those in developing nations, coastal regions, and disadvantaged communities, will bear the brunt of these consequences. What can we do? Despite the gravity of the situation, there is hope. Climate change is a problem we have the tools to address if we act decisively. Mitigation. We must reduce greenhouse gas emissions by transitioning to renewable energy sources, improving energy efficiency, and protecting carbon sinks like forests and wetlands. Innovations in clean technologies such as electric vehicles and carbon capture are critical in this fight. Adaptation. While we work to slow climate change, we must prepare for its impacts. Building resilient infrastructure, improving disaster response systems, and supporting vulnerable communities are essential steps. Global cooperation. Climate change is a global issue that requires a unified response. Agreements like the Paris Accord provide a framework, but nations must turn pledges into tangible actions. Developed countries, in particular, have a responsibility to lead, given their historical emissions and greater resources. Individual actions. Each of us has a role to play, whether it's reducing waste, conserving energy, advocating for policy change, or educating others. Small actions collectively make a difference. A call to action. In conclusion, climate change is not just an environmental issue, it is an economic, social, and moral challenge. It threatens our homes, our health, and our future. However, it also presents an opportunity for innovation, collaboration, and global unity. The time to act is now. Let us rise to this challenge with determination and hope, ensuring that we leave behind a livable planet for our children and grandchildren. Together, we can turn the tide on climate change. Thank you.